Real Life, Real Crime is a true crime podcast brought to you by Woody Overton and executive producer Toby Tomplay in conjunction with iHeartRadio and Cloud 10 Media.
You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you in a court of law. You have the right to an attorney prior to and during any questioning. You can't afford one, the court will appoint one for you. You understand your rights?
Your crime spree was over, son. Yeah, you thought you had it licked, but Detective Overton made you sugar turn to shit. Get ready, you're gonna do time. Real life, real crime.
Warning. This episode of Real Life, Real Crime, the podcast, may contain descriptions of acts of violence or that are of a sexual nature and should be for people that are 18 years or older. Heed my warning, people. I did not get the facts of these cases off of the internet or from some television show. The facts I'm retelling you were presented to me by the victims of the crimes or the perpetrators who committed the crimes against the victims. My description of the crime scenes are what I saw with my own two eyes. If you're gonna get offended, please turn this podcast off now. Thank you. Everybody, welcome to this episode of Real Life, Real Crime, the podcast. As always, I'm your host, Woody Overton. Y'all, this has been a marathon series, if you will, on Justice for Mary. And hopefully, we'll get it wrapped up on this one. But y'all, this is, it's such an important story, and it has to be told, and it has to be told correctly. And to do so, you cannot rush it. And I know that a bunch of y'all out there can't stand series, but you know what? I don't care. This is important to me. This is important to this family, and we're going to get justice. And this is not a cold case. This is a shit hot case that should have been resolved already. So when we left you last, we just heard you state that you had gone into the detective's office, or no, you called, or whatever, however it transpired, and they said no new information. I touch the case every day, but it's not a cold case. I touch it every day. I don't have any new information for you. You say, I've got some. Oh, really? What is it? I mean, you tell them straight up. We've been giving it to you as a family this whole time, and for whatever reason, you stiffen us, right? And so at this point, I want to turn and talk specifically, and everybody out there knows I bleed blue, okay? I'm a cop's cop, but damn it, if you're wrong, or something has not been done yet that needs to be done, needs to be brought to light, we need to shine the light on it right now. So from that point, I guess I can kick it off. The cemetery. It seems like he was always going to the cemetery. Okay.
Yes.
And at some point in time, what did you do at the cemetery?
So for the first week and a half, I guess he lived at the cemetery. He slept at the cemetery. He slept on her grave. Called me repeatedly from there. And so as he was telling my brother he was going to kill himself, he was telling me the same thing. He was apologizing to me and telling me he didn't want me to have to go through that. But he just couldn't live without her. That's what he kept telling me. So I begged and pleaded with him not to take his life. I have already been through that once in my life, so he touched base on that with me, and I just kept telling him not to do it, that wasn't the answer, and that he would get through this, and that we would all get through it together. But because he kept talking, it was how he was talking, It wasn't even what he was saying at this point. It was how he was already talking as if he had a date and that he was going to die very shortly. So I didn't want him to die without having closure for my family. So I went and put a recorder out at the cemetery. Did not at that time think that it was legal or admissible. But I was told around May by the detective that it was, when I did tell them I had recordings. I have multiple recordings.
We're talking about recordings from the cemetery?
Correct. It's actually a very small thumb drive, and it records all sound. So it recorded him apologizing to her repeatedly, telling her how sorry he was, that he did it, and he doesn't know why he did it.
So let me slow down for 1 second. And I know I can see your upward thinking, you're recalling, you're rolling, right? Mm-hmm. The recording said, "I'm sorry. I did it. I don't know why I did it." And what else?
Please forgive me.
Please forgive me. This is this is your sister's husband of 42 years, the guy that you grew up with, sir, since you were great. This is not a time for Woodyism. I had something good to say, but since very, very young. You've known him since you were 6. Y'all have all known him. You've loved him, and you still, most of you still love him beyond it, or whatever. You put this out. He is not openly, he's admitting to her grave that, "I'm sorry. I did it. I don't know why I did it. I'm sorry." And what else did he say? I see you have some notes.
This was one that was, "I pray, Lord, if there's any way you can forgive me for what I done. I don't know what came over me and why. I don't know. I really don't. But I done it, and I know I done it. But please, Lord, if you can't save me, please, Lord, take care of her.
Holy smokes.
She is an angel, and she did more giving than anybody in the world. And I know if she was mad that night, but you have to forgive her." And he says, "I mean, if anybody found out that, who wouldn't be so mad? Please cleanse her soul and let her be with you. She deserves to be in heaven." That was just one.
Holy smokes. And you have numerous, obviously.
I do. This I recorded for at least 2 weeks, maybe more. And I took it to the detectives and told them that what I had done, and that I know it was illegal, but I needed closure for my family and myself. And he said he didn't think it was illegal, and that he would reach out to the DA and let me know. And so he told me a few days later that it was admissible.
Let me tell you something. Under Louisiana law, for people that don't know, this one falls under 2 categories. One, well, there was no two-way conversation to show it. Under Louisiana law, one person can record another person as long as one person that's a part of the conversation gives permission. On this one, it falls on a different sector, which would be you have no reasonable expectation of privacy in a public cemetery, meaning no more reasonable expectation of privacy of being recorded than you do if you want to get naked and defecate and somebody not seeing you in public. So he was absolutely correct on that, and I believe that's where the district attorney comes back and says, or the ADA comes back and says, "Oh, doesn't your sister have some recordings?" Yeah. I mean, holy smokes, man! I didn't know that you and I talked about stuff I didn't know that all the details of that, and you've got a stack of them. There must be 30 pages there. But you gave it to them, and the last you heard is, it's not cold, I touch it every day, but nothing else.
We're at a dead end.
We're at a dead end.
We're at a dead end.
Oh, well, okay. Let's talk about, you gave the recording to the detectives, and what happened?
Well, first we gave the laptop to a reputable computer person to withdraw everything off of it and do chain of command. I'm sorry, chain of custody.
Chain of custody. So
once that was completed and he obtained a lot of recordings, Bouquet told me that he was somewhat of an expert on phones and or computers, and so he would like to have it. Actually, he had asked before that, and I said, well, you can't have it until our guy's finished with it. So we paid a lot of money to have that done, but it was worth it. So that guy brought it to the detectives for chain of custody.
Right.
And a week later, when I talked to Bouquet and asked him about the laptop, he told me that there was nothing on it. And I said, that's impossible because I have the recordings. I know for a fact there's something on it. And he told me that, well, he went into all kind of computer crap that I didn't really understand. And I still told him that's impossible. I have the recordings. No matter what, I still have recordings.
Okay, so
That's what I just told him.
They're telling you now there's nothing on the computer,
They told me there was nothing.
and obviously, that's not true. Did any of the rest of your siblings hear it, or your husband, or anybody?
Yes.
Okay, all right. So they haven't said anything else to you about that?
They told me that this one particular one that I read, the computer did crash, and so that was the only one that we lost, but we have multiple others that are very similar, and they told me that was not enough to arrest him on.
That seems like a question for a grand jury to me. Hey, ladies, are you feeling overwhelmed by hormonal changes? Well, you're definitely not alone. There are more than 1,000 hormone disruptors living in our environment right now. It's in your food, your water, the air you breathe, the clothes you wear, your skincare products. They all mess with your hormones. Then there's the natural hormone changes your body goes through, premenopause, menopause. And while it's a natural process, it doesn't mean you have to suffer through it. The good news is you don't have to suffer through it anymore, because now you have Hormone Harmony, a formula made only with herbal ingredients that are shown to reduce hormonal symptoms in women of all ages. Hormone Harmony is not just a hormone support and supplement, it's become a phenomenon. Women can't stop talking about it on social media. A bottle of Hormone Harmony is sold every 24 seconds. And the biggest benefit? Well, my wife says it makes her feel like her own self again. And that's what women mention over and over in the reviews. And there are over 30,000 reviews for Hormone Harmony. And for a limited time, you can get 15% off your entire first order at happymammoth.com. Just use code RLRC at checkout. That's happymammoth.com and use code RLRC for 15% off today. That's happymammoth.com and use code RLRC. Hey y'all, let me tell you about Gobble. All Gobble meal kits are pre-prepped. That means less work for you and less waste in your kitchen. Their meal kits include everything you need so you can save time at the store or just skip that trip entirely. I got the box in and I had 3 different meals. I had a Kung Pao chicken, crispy fish tacos, and a beef bourguignon, however you say it. But let me tell you about the classic beef bourguignon. Look, it came with beef pot roast and a beef broth concentrate, red wine demi-glace, cremini mushrooms, cipollone onions, mashed potatoes, baby carrots, and rosemary thyme butter. It was so easy to make. Literally like 15 minutes it took Cindy. And let me tell you something. All the dishes were fire, but this thing was like a taste explosion in my mouth. It's just unreal. We've got to spend more time together and more time doing the things we love because everything came in this one single box right to my door. So see what a difference God will make for your household. Right now, they're offering my listeners a fantastic limited time deal. You get $120 off across 4 boxes plus free shipping and free cookies. And let me tell you, those cookies, I ate one that was sin baked and it was delicious. Go to gobble.com/real life. That's GOBBLE.com/real life for $120 off your first 4 boxes. This offer is not available on the home site, so don't miss out. This is genius. It's taste explosions in your mouth like you never had. They said him confessing to her grave, I did it, and everything, even to God, and I did it, and what happened tonight, everything y'all just heard, lifers. And they said that's not enough probable cause to arrest. Probable cause is 50% plus 1.
Well, now they're using because I haven't spoke to them about it, but they're using that. We provided them the recordings. I loaded it on a different thumb drive and I brought it to him. He loaded it on his computer while I was there and gave me back my thumb drive and listened to a lot of them and told me that without this one specific one, it's not enough.
Okay. We're gonna try to do some of that, okay? But let's go into what else. You were gonna say something earlier about the computers or something with the detectives, or what else hasn't been done? Or y'all tell me.
One of the things that I've questioned was the lividity.
Okay.
Being a nurse, that was something that came to me right away. So
being a nurse, and I know this is a true crime podcast, and probably 99.9% of the people know it. But you want to explain lividity?
Basically, when a person passes, there are different levels of lividity that the blood level goes through. And it's the pooling of the blood based upon the position of the body when the body after the person passes away. In a
layman's term, when your heart stops beating, whatever position your body's in, gravity takes over and all your blood drops to that point, and it looks like it looks like severe bruising. But it's basically all your blood in your body that can be drained to the lowest point of gravity, whatever that may be. That's where it rests.
Correct, and that's once it hits total active lividity.
That's correct.
So there are multiple levels of lividity where you can tell if a body has been moved.
Right.
My sister did have 2 levels of lividity.
Okay, can you tell me about that?
So just based upon information that I received, and I'll leave it at that.
Right.
She has one of the lividities that the initial lividity did not hit active point was of her slumped over. The other lividity was of her face down.
Okay, so.
And that's where it hit active lividity.
Right.
So it shows that the body had been moved.
Right. So the first one, the body was in which position?
In what they would say a slumped position.
Like so like maybe more on your back.
It's the lividity is more on the neck.
Okay. All right.
So it's like she was leaned over or towards the side.
Right. And then when the final resting position in the most, I call it the most severe lividity, the most advanced lividity proves a scientific. You prove that the body's been moved because you have two different stages.
Correct.
And
And active lividity is where it takes, being in a medical, and once you hit total active lividity, then the body has been left in that, it has been, the blood has pooled and the body has deceased with no respiration for at least 7 to 8 hours.
Very good. The first one, y'all, to get it back again, the first one, so they're clear and then they can understand. The first one, lividity was starting to set in. That means her heart had ceased to beat. The lividity was doing what it does. She was in a certain position, but then the body was moved, and that's where the last stages of lividity are. So you have two separate lividities, basically. The first one, which is as advanced whatever, and then the last one, which is where she was found down. Wow. And law enforcement knows this?
Law enforcement told us, they never said anything to me about lividity directly of their knowledge, but they did say that they estimated her death to be 7.
Well, I think that was where they said like the official thing had to be at the time they were called.
Correct.
Or the time that they go out there, which everybody says, well, that's not the time she died, that was the time you called or responded. But so they had to give their professional estimate of when they think. But it would be at least, because just like what my sister said, because of the pooling of the blood, would have been 7 to 8 hours prior to that or something.
But the detective did tell us that it was between 6 and 8
Yeah, between 6 and 8 is
hours
basically.
that she had been killed before they found her.
So math don't add
So
up.
he went
When you
to bed
start-
at 2 o'clock is what he told me. And yet,
Then she had to been killed according to this around 1.
And let me say this, the 911 call was done at 7:29 a.m. It took the fire department 3 minutes to get to her house. The detective got there, said he called the coroner as soon as he got there. They took Peanut into custody at 8:19. And we were there
by 9.
by 9, and he was already back.
And this does Irwinville even have a police department? Which
Port Allen.
Port Allen. Okay, all right. Port Allen PD is the one that took him in for probably just to get an original statement.
We're not West Baton Rouge Sheriff.
West Baton Rouge.
West
West Baton Rouge
Sheriff.
Sheriff.
Sorry.
So West Baton Rouge Sheriff's
Yes.
took him in.
Yes.
By the time you get to the courthouse, and but did they have a substation out there?
No.
All right.
No, so you have to go to.
Yeah, so you have to go to Port Allen to the courthouse.
They asked me for multiple phone numbers for quite
Oh.
a few different family members. I want to tell you that they were provided 9. Supposedly they were subpoenaing records for all of that. That took months. They subpoenaed the wrong carrier. Peanut was at the gas station, he was at the gas station a few days after she died. Forgot the phone on his vehicle and left and went and got a new phone and a new phone number. It's kind of odd. I've had my phone number since I've ever had a cell phone. I asked about those records. Did they find anything? Because supposedly he spoke to his brother-in-law and he heard my sister's voice. He said nothing came of any of the subpoenas.
So that could be another bullet in the
He said
gun.
he was looking through them all and found nothing. Even on her phone. Her phone was wiped.
Yeah.
Peanut told me. He deleted everything off of it because sometimes when Mary conversated, let's say with me, she might say something ugly about Margaret, and he didn't want anybody to get it and find it and have their feelings hurt.
Oh.
Because
So-
that's what we're worried about.
He's telling you all the text messages and
Correct.
voice
That he
messages,
cleared. That he cleared.
that they can still get the text
Oh, I know.
messages off of that.
Especially when you have to read pictures.
I know. Yeah. And
Oh,
they provided
yeah,
me the
yeah.
pictures off of her phone. The detective did. I think it was maybe 9. No way.
No,
She's
She
taken
was
a
a
lot of
picture
pictures.
fanatic.
yeah.
Matter of fact, had to be deleted, and this just occurred to me because the
Pictures.
pictures from the cemetery flowers weren't even on the phone. They
And
did
she
not
took
The night
pictures.
before.
She
The
took
night before.
pictures of
Your dad.
4
That's right.
arrangements at my father's house.
So we know that the phone was wiped, although we also, I mean, anybody out there watches a cop show now, I mean, we're not giving away the detective trade secrets here. They can pull up your text messages after they've been deleted.
Yeah, the detective gave me those pictures.
Yeah.
He's the one that put them on a thumb drive.
So he got all the pictures back for you?
Oh, like 9.
Yeah, he gave me like 9.
That's not what I'm telling you. I'm
No.
telling you,
Oh, yeah,
text
yeah.
messages and everything that's been
No.
deleted.
Yeah, he didn't.
And they're
he
never
didn't.
deleted.
He told me there was nothing. He told me it didn't lead to anything. That's what he told me.
All right. Well, you know what? I'm starting to get upset. But
Yeah,
what?
go ahead.
No, go ahead.
I was just gonna say that it does make you frustrated because even when I spoke with them, we gave them leads.
Oh my God, so many.
We gave them people to interview who volunteered and said, "Hey, you might can speak
Yep.
to me about. I might know something or whatever." They have never even called them.
So these are people that
Yeah.
maybe told you that they had some information or whatever, and you
Was-
give the number to the detectives, and they've never called them.
Never called. Never called. And then when we spoke about across the street, which is Peanut's brother, another dear family member to me, they have security camera. And it shines, and it complained because it basically shows the trailer, Peanut and them's
Shows
yard,
the front porch.
across the street,
Right.
the front porch. So you can see cars coming or
Right.
going.
Right.
It's recorded.
And who went up on her porch and everything.
Mysteriously, all
They got rid of
video was destroyed because of an accident at the time of Mary's death.
So the same day or
Yes.
in that time frame.
That
2
But
days
now
later,
here's
she
here's a secret to it. This was the person who was reportedly was asked to come over
But
Yep.
to make the 911 call, who didn't make the 911 call,
Gotcha,
right?
Gotcha.
Start putting things together, right?
Right.
It's like if you think there's a camera there, now I need that person over here. I need this shit gone. Now the cops never spoke to this woman.
That's right.
Never spoke to this woman.
And y'all have given the same
Yeah,
information
They
that
were
you
the
give
same
them.
information I'm telling you right now.
everything.
And it's
That's just
recorded,
like the
and
person
I guarantee
that-
you, if they play the recordings based on our interview,
Yep.
it'll say we told.
That's just like the person that went back and reneged on saying some stuff.
The person that went in and made a
Okay.
Statement.
that said,
Peanut.
Peanut,
did it. I know he did it. He said this. I had this conversation that was told to
At
me.
the graveyard, Peanut said he told that person if he didn't get his ass in there and
Recant.
recant his story, there was going to be problems. He said that to me at the graveyard.
Well, I'm not. I mean, everybody's innocent until proven guilty of whatever. I don't know. I have any direct knowledge of the Peanut situation, but I'm gonna tell you something. The other thing, when you make a probable cause arrest, even if it's not strong, spark something uncommon this holiday with just the right gift from Uncommon Goods. The busy holiday season is here, and Uncommon Goods makes it less stressful with incredible hand-picked gifts for everyone on your list, all in one spot. Gifts to spark joy, wonder, delight, and that's exactly what I wanted feeling. Hey, y'all, I ordered a super cool piece. It's a candle with a sculpture of LSU's Tiger Stadium on top of it. And each officially licensed laser-cut wooden replica features up to 4 layers of detail, creating a bird's eye view of a specific football field, seating section, and more. And every label includes your stadium's name, the team's logo, and school location. And it has a coconut, soy, vegan wax infused with sandalwood smell that creates tailgates and touchdown scent profile, reminiscent of game day. It's invigorating like fresh cut grass and nostalgic like smoke from a pre-game grill, and calming like the crisp autumn air of a new semester on campus. Y'all, I love it. I have it at the base of my TV, and I'm ready to watch the Tigers play on Saturday night, right? Uncommon Goods. Look, when you shop at Uncommon Goods, you're supporting artists and small independent businesses. And many of their handcrafted products are made in small batches. So shop now before they sell out this holiday season. Uncommon Goods looks for products that are high quality, unique, and often handmade or made in the U.S. They have the most meaningful, out of the ordinary gifts anywhere. They even have gifts you can personalize. From holiday hosts and hostess gift to the coolest finds for kids, to hits for everyone from the book lovers to diehard sports fans. Uncommon Goods has something for everyone, not the same old selections you can just find anywhere. And with every purchase you make at Uncommon Goods, they give $1 to a nonprofit partner of your choice. They've donated more than $3 million to date. So to get 15% off your next gift, go to uncommongoods.com/RLRC. That's uncommongoods.com/RLRC for 15% off. Don't miss out on this limited time offer. Uncommon Goods, we're all out of the ordinary. Long enough to take the trial yet, you make the arrest and you still develop in your case, that's when the people come out of the woodworks. Everybody that's afraid to come out, and I'm not saying that Peanut threatened this guy because I don't know, but I'm just telling you how it works.
And my position is I don't personally know who did it.
Right.
I was to the point of up till months refused to believe that he had anything to do with it, right. And I could still be convinced. But here's the situation. It's just what we said. You're, as a detective, you're not even going to look or question evidence that might be there that might show Peanut didn't do it.
That's right. It could be someone else. That's right.
If someone did go into the trailer while Peanut wasn't there, they went in there strictly to kill her because they didn't take anything. They left her phone and everything sitting right there. So whatever jewelry she had on her. Whatever phone was there was there. So there was no evidence that somebody went in there for $5.
Right.
Because you had somebody who's strung out on drugs or something needed $5.
Right.
That was never been even suggested by the police or the detectives. And then you're going to say you're at a dead end, let's say. And I can appreciate that, being somebody who might be from an investigation, who's looking at for strong evidence to say, I have 100% guarantee. I have the confession on tape, so to speak. Right. Okay, you don't have that, but you're going to tell me that's the only thing that you can do. You need that? But then you've never asked anybody. You have not even told the public. It has never even been publicized that you had a homicide in West Baton Rouge Parish or in Urbanville, that if anybody had anything, please give it to them because there was an ongoing investigation. Nothing. The only thing they left the public, families on both sides to argue, is that she died from COPD. Yeah. Nothing.
You know what? It never was known until now. And I'm going to tell you right now, world listening, Mary Pusho was murdered. I'm saying on or about March the 28th to 29th, by the Leviticity, the hours of. That's confirmed by the autopsy report, which I read, which said it's death, basically all layman's term, by strangulation. I've seen the photographs. I've sat with his family now for however long, and they're going to be with my family forever. And why haven't they even, this is what I get, you say it's a dead end, but all these leads that y'all gave them that they haven't followed up on, that they haven't followed up on, and you know what? And Toby can tell you, it's always the smallest little thing that tips the cart, right? Why haven't you followed up on them? Now I'm calling them out. Why haven't you followed up on them? Why didn't you go talk to the girl with the video camera who supposedly called 911? Right. Why haven't you followed up on the other people that the family members have given you information? Why? There's so many whys. But here's the main one. Why haven't you said there's an active murder investigation there? Right. If you do it, and you've been doing it a while, like I have, people will come out of the woodworks. And guess what, y'all? I'm telling you right now, it's not a cold case. It's hot. If you're afraid to go in and talk to West Baton Rouge, you're afraid to go in and talk to whomever, you call Woody Overton. My information's on anywhere. It's Woody at realliferealcrime.com. Real Life Real Crime community app. I'm all over Facebook and everything else, Instagram. I will keep it anonymous. I'll walk it in. For some reason, people tell me things that they won't tell the cops, okay? And I'll take it to my grave. But if you have that nugget, or you're holding on, or you've been threatened, or whatever, give it to me. And I'll make it dance. Okay, and let's get justice for Mary. This one, y'all. I'm hoping by the time these other episodes drop, I'm hoping you never have to hear this one. I'm hoping that it's going to get such traction that you never have to hear this one. But I'm gonna tell you something. If you have to hear this 4th episode and we don't have justice for, then I'm gonna do a separate call to action, and we're gonna burn it down. You thought burning Rapides was something. This is, it needs to be done. It needs to be pushed forward. This family there's no such thing as closure in a murder case, but they need justice. And before I close, do y'all have anything else? Final parting thoughts? But let me ask you this. I ask each one of y'all to just tell me this. What is it that you want? What do you want to see out of this case? What do you want? What is Ms. Schutz what do you hope to see out of spending this time and getting on Real Life Real Crime? What do you hope to see happen with
that the person that murdered my sister.
That's right. Whoever it may be.
That's right.
That's
Whoever
right.
did it.
That's right.
Comes and has to pay the price for it.
Want justice.
Justice.
Just justice. And that person go to court.
Justice.
At this point, I really don't even know anymore. Really, I'll be honest with you. I want justice. I just want peace.
Yeah.
I just want
I
the rest of the family to be peaceful.
Right.
Because these families are overlinked, and
Right.
it's that side of the family as well as this side of the family. And I just want to understand if it was an accident, if it was anything. That's all I ask is say peace. But
Right.
you can't have it. It's ripping everything and everybody apart, and even families that are both sides, and this is hurting.
Such a good point. And people oftentimes forget that the people who do the killing, the murderers, their families suffer too.
Yes.
And they lose their loved one. And top of now, I'm not saying this guy did anything because I don't have any direct knowledge. But if he did, and the love y'all have for him, and the families being intertwined and all that stuff, geez, I can't imagine. All right. So my heart goes out to all y'all. So my heart goes out to everybody that knew Mary, period. But we're gonna get justice. And that's just the way it is. But the difference on this not being cold, it's still on his desk. He touches it every day, but you don't touch it just quite enough. All right. So anything else, y'all?
No.
Thank you for having me. I'm here for a reason. God will show us what it is in time. I know it's tough. I'm with y'all to the end now, okay?
Thank you.
And all right, let me ask this question. And I used to ask this in all my murder cases. If you knew who it was, 1,000% sure, like Jesus told you himself, right? You knew who it was, what would you say to him? Anybody?
I know what I would ask. Why?
Yeah.
Why? She loved you unconditionally. Unconditionally. And you took something away from us that was precious, more precious than gold.
I would just ask that person to confess to the siblings and to her kids and to the entire family on both sides, whoever that person is, because I do believe that if you're a true Christian, that God forgives, but you can't do it in secret. You can't not try to make it right, confess. You have, if you're going to confess something, to ask for forgiveness from God for something so severe, then you need to make it right. You can't go into a closet and say, I'm sorry, and then think, I'm good.
Right.
When you're leaving everybody else in turmoil.
Right.
I think even her own kids, her own grandkids, who won't ever know their grandmother, won't be able to get clothes from a garage sale, you know? So you say you're sorry, but you say it publicly, because that's, you really mean it. You say, I'm sorry. And then you ask for forgiveness, and you get it. But until then, you don't. That's me.
I agree.
Okay, y'all. In the very last one, if you had something to ask our lifers, our fans out there to do, or anybody that's holding on to any information, and any one of y'all, I don't care who, what would you say to them? What would you say to them about coming forward?
Just to please come forward with any information, no matter how little, how small, how big, how small. If you're afraid, to call you, and keep it private, but to help us get justice, because she would fight for anybody, including the friends, the family, the people that she didn't even know. She would do it, so just come forward with anything. Help us get justice for her.
All right.
Make that difference.
Yeah. All right. Thank y'all, and God bless you.
Thank you.
Hey, y'all. LOPA, Louisiana Organ Procurement Agency. If you're a lifer from Thailand and you want to sign up to be an organ donor, go to lopa.org. Take a moment, be a hero, sign up to be an organ donor. You don't have to be from the state of Louisiana. Y'all, one person can save up to 5 lives, and they do a whole lot of other cool stuff and study and the technology and all that. And the very chance that your organs are ever going to get used are very, very, very slim. But sign up, and you be my hero just for signing up. And that's it. I'm Woody Overton, your host of Real Life, Real Crime, the podcast. Until next time or ever, don't let me catch you down on murder. Bye. Peace.
Get ready, you're gonna do time. Real life, real crime.
Real Life, Real Crime is a true crime podcast brought to you by Woody Overton and executive producer Toby Tomplay in conjunction with iHeartRadio and Cloud 10 Media.